Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we have the 2015 Electra Black Classic. We're going to continue working on it. As you guys saw in the last video, we finished wiring and install all the amplifier and everything, and today we're going to try focus on the front end, and we're going to try to finish it and put everything together. If we have time, also we're going to do like whole oil change, 3 oils like the prime, clutch, transmission, and engine oil with the filter. But before we finish that front end, I never actually tightened that to my position that I wanted to, the handlebar. So we're gonna kind of I'm not gonna say remove that fairing, but just we're gonna get it loose. We're gonna remove the bolts for the signal turn signal lights on both sides. Anyway, we're gonna remove it because we're gonna have to install that chrome piece here, and then we're just gonna lean the whole fairing back a little bit so we can have access to these 4 bolts here, and then we're gonna get it tied to the position I want it to be, and then we'll start put everything back together. So let's get started. So after we remove these signal lights, I also took my stereo out because it was not like in place. Just like kind of open down here from both sides. Just lean it back until you do your job, then you can put it back on, okay? So you don't have to really remove it all the way, just like get outside of the way. So now you have access to the bolts here. Then we're gonna move it maybe a little bit forward, maybe a little bit back, so we can get access to the back bolts. Okay, so let's get that tightened to the position I need it. So here we go guys, it's very easy. Now we tightened very well. We put the fairing back in the position. We didn't put it in yet because we're gonna have to put the stereo back in first, and then put our chrome face piece here, and then we'll put the 2 bolts for the signal light that hold everything together, including that chrome face here. So let's get started with the stereo. The bracket that we have, the original one, is bent. Let me grab it. So here we go. As you can see, this side is straight, this side is bent, so it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna like bend it back as much as I can, then put the stereo in here first, then after this we'll put it on its place here, and then we'll tighten the screws on. These brackets are plastic, so be very careful. Don't do a lot, otherwise you're gonna crack it, break it. So we just like need slight a little bit pressure to bend it back. Okay, now I think it got more straight. So let's get the stereo and get the screws and put these screws on. So as you guys can see, these are the 2 screws that hold your stereo bracket to your inner fairing frame here, and one on the other side. And before I tighten them, I look in the front, make sure it's flush, straight, and everything looks good in here. So now we need to plug everything back. So we have a wireless antenna here, so we're gonna need to put it back up and make sure it's not tangled with anything. So we're gonna need to get some double face tape and stick it up here in the top of, let me show you. So we get a double face and stick it up here on these gauges of plastic. think we got all our wires taken care of. The only wires left here is the one for the headlight, so that will be the last thing. I think everything now is connected. I just want to mention, when we got the motorcycle, we didn't know what it is related to amplifier or not, but actually that's a module to make your new unit compatible with your buttons. So that's the module for it. I was searching about the part number and I found it like this. So now we're gonna get that metal trim piece here, or the chrome one. Yep, here we go. Snap on. I think when we put the screws and everything back, it will like hold everything together. I think that clutch wire push it down, so when we get everything, let's get the signal light and start tightening them. Okay guys, we connected everything. The last thing we did is these LED signal light came with these capacitor, so we just attached them to the metal because, as we mentioned when we installed it, they get very hot, so we don't want any wires around them. So we did this side here and I did the other side from down here with that screws. We got all the wire except its own wires away from it. What I need to check next is I need to get a double face tape and put my wireless antenna, attach them to the gauges here, maybe the speakers. Then after this we're gonna start to get the outer fairing and try to fit in and see if we need to remove any of these back or if we have enough space or no. Especially when we have the LED lights, we might need more space in the back here, so we'll see how it goes. I might first try get the old one and see if I can fit everything, and if I can fit everything then we'll get the new one, so I don't scratch on the new one a lot and try put in and out a lot. So let's get started with this part. Okay, we have one more thing before we get into our outer fairing, which is that rubber seal or rubber face between the outer and the inner fairing. So we have the new one, so we're gonna start to put it on. So and now let's get our ignition here and all the switches back together. You're gonna have to, let's get from the other side. I'm sure we explained that before, but I'll explain it again. Okay, so you're gonna have to turn it like clock, then you're gonna have to turn the key, and there is yep, use your key to turn all the way around. Then there should be like plastic piece here that you push on. Okay guys, we have all the inner fairing completed with the switches here. After I put it on, I thought that if I got this piece shiny will look much better, or even chrome piece will look much better. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but for now looks good. The whole inner fairing, the shiny one with all the chrome except this one. I feel like it needs to be a chrome piece or a shiny black shiny piece. So maybe that's something in the future I will do. But anyway, that's how you put it back on. Some people tell you it's much easier to get your tank off, move it back a little bit, yes, but we were able to wiggle it. We didn't scratch anything. If you were, you can put any like tape or anything in your gas tank so you don't scratch anything, but other than this, just like slide in. While it's locked, you just like move a little bit here so you can like fit in, then go all the way, then just 2 screws, one on each side, as you guys see. So now what we have to do, I think we have some wires here in the tour pack that I need to take care of, and also I need to get my key. I need to change that lock here to get the old one from the rig tour pack and put here, so all the bike will be with one key. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Then I know you guys waiting for the outer fairing, so that will be the last step. So we have the new fairing, the outer fairing in. Let's take it out of the box. So it's nice, looks good. We're gonna need to transfer that rubber. Okay. So we're gonna need to get the rubber piece here from the old one, and definitely we're gonna take the chrome rim in the front. So let's get that swapped and start put the headlights on. So that rubber piece, you just take it off. It's actually okay, we most probably will need to order a new one of these, as it's glued to it. It's not easy to come off, so I hope I can take it off and move it to the new one. Easy all the way around. If I got it in one piece, I most probably will be able to glue it back to the new one. Okay. So I was able to swap that rubber piece over here. I put some glue on it and let it sit for a little bit. Now we're gonna start to remove the chrome trim and take the whole headlight assembly, open our new headlight and start switch things. So here's our new headlight, and I think it comes with some instruction on how to install it. So let's go ahead. It's all black and come with that ring, metal ring that will make it fit to the inside. I don't have these fog light or passing light. I will maybe thinking about take them from the other one, the 2006 one, but then I decided to go with a bullet style signal light. So I just decided no, it's not gonna really go with me, so I will just use the headlight. Maybe we'll put the other two in the other bike. Another two piece you need to swap is these two extension here, or where your screws gonna go. Just like easy out, unscrew them. If they are tight, you can get like a wrench or something. Okay guys, now we're gonna start move that headlight assembly. Like we're gonna need to get that chrome piece out. I think we're gonna also need to get that piece and transfer to the new one. So let's start and remove that chrome bezel out. Just a Phillips screwdriver, I think. Yep. You hold the nut on the other side so it doesn't spin with you. I think you're gonna take that piece off first with that screwdriver. I think it's just holding there by that screwdriver. Sorry, with that screw, not screwdriver. to get these 3 screw out. Then by that we're gonna remove that headlight. So these 4 here are the T25, and we're gonna remove these 4, I think, to get the whole that assembly off the fairing. So our new fairing, let me get the camera close so you guys can see. It doesn't have these like pre-opened or drilled, so we're gonna, I think, have to make like a pilot drill in all 4 spots that we need, so we can get our screws to goes in. And I don't think so they are threaded in, like there is no threads inside, so I think they will be just like the screw will make their own thread inside these 4 spots or 4 holes. So let's get a small drill bit and start drilling. Maybe I will drill from the back, so make sure I'm right in the center of each one. Then I will let the screws do its job and do its way and drill more inside these 4 holes, so create its own thread inside the plastics. So let's get that done. Okay guys, so I drilled these 4 holes here. I wish you can capture in the camera. And that's then I start to like put one of the screws in, and it's actually start to go in. So I might get a little bit bigger or wider, might not. Again, I don't want to damage the inside of it. So now we're gonna start to put our new headlights. So one note here: if you just swapping, so you're putting the old headlight on, yes, you need that whole piece to be switched. But if you buying a new LED light, like in our case, that's I think I'm not sure what's called, sun pie or something like this, sun pie. So some of them come already attached to this bracket. Some of them come like just a replacement for the LED headlight. So mine, when I bought it, it come with a bracket. So we're gonna actually put that new bracket in. So sorry, put that new bracket in with the whole headlight assembly. So we don't have to switch this bracket from the old one to the new one. But what we need is the 4 screws that holding this bracket. So because this kit doesn't come with any screws or anything, so that's what we're gonna do now. Get these 4 screws and use them to put that in place. Okay, then after this we're gonna put the chrome, see if the small chrome piece will fit here first. Then after this we'll try to install the big chrome bezel that go all the way around like the old one. So we had to adjust that opening a little bit because the old screw is too small for the bracket inside, and then the new screw that came with the bracket is too tight in the opening. So I just used my drill and open it a little bit more, so I'm able to put it back all together. Now we have, look guys, it's gonna look sick on the bike. Now we're gonna get the chrome bezel piece and put it on, and we'll be done with the headlight assembly. So I wish you guys can see in the camera when I tried to put the bezel in, it didn't go here very well. And when I looked at it, looks at here, the screw is all the way down. You see how much we have in that spring, and by eye you can see that the headlight is tilted. So what we're gonna do is just screw that spring in so we get it flush with the wrist, so we can put the bezel back on. And you guys, I wish you can see that headlight is like tilting and is moving with every time I push down. So let's see, I think we're gonna need to do some more. I think that's pretty straight there. Okay, now let's put the chrome pieces together and see if they're gonna fit right now. Look at this, guys. It looks sick. It looks beautiful and sharp. I know I put that back like this so you guys see the difference. There is a huge difference in how it's gonna look on a bike. I know the Harley sign in the middle make it Harley, but look at that LED. It's a huge change. So the next step is just we're gonna get that fairing in and install it on a bike, and I think we'll be done with the front end unless something happened while we installing that fairing on. So let's go ahead and put that on. And again, just put the fairing, it's very easy. So you have these 3 screws in the top, 1, 2, 3 over there. Then from inside or from the back, don't scratch anything, but you have 4, as I mentioned before. These 2 in the buttons here, these 2 will hold to that chrome face or fascia in the middle. Okay, and you have these 2 in the top. These will be under the speakers. That's where we these are the 2 that we swapped from our old one to the new one. Okay, so let's get that to the bike and put it on. Look at this, guys. We put the front fairing on, the new headlight. We also have that smoke windshield. We have that chrome piece there. Look at this. Black and chrome are matching awesome. And again, when I start to get thinking about how I need it to look like, I need it to look like black and chrome. That's why I changed all, like you see my signal light are smoked with chrome, headlight is black and chrome, and also in the rear is black and chrome. The only light I left, I didn't change it, I'm thinking about it, is the main rear brake and running light. This one, that's the only piece there I left it original, but everything else I changed it to be like black and chrome. So I like everything so far, how it looks sick. Now we're gonna connect the battery, and to see, I should have done that before I tighten all the screws, but anyway, I want to see if the headlight is working or not. So let's go ahead and put the battery, connect the battery on, and see what it looks like. Check this, guys, out. Oh my goodness, look at the front end of that now with all these LEDs lighting. I wish the camera can capture the beauty of these running lights here. You can see every single LED on it. Oh, look at this. Let's turn the high beam on. That is very bright. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. I really like what it looks like. Literally beautiful. Literally.